Alright guys, welcome to the Grand Experiment. Going to try to do some gameplay footage for you. This will be the first time that I have ever done this, and of course we're going to be playing Monster World 4. Well, hey, look, there you go, there's some gameplay footage right there. But let's get out of this here. I'm going to hit the start button, get the music to stop. Talk a little bit about this game. Now, this is the fourth... It's the fourth game in the Monster World series. However, the Monster World series is a little weird because it's an offshoot of the Wonder Boy series. And technically, I think... Oh god, I have to think about this. I think this is Wonder Boy 5, Monster World 4. Does that make sense? I don't know. If you go onto Wikipedia and look up the Wonder Boy series, you'll see where it gets really convoluted. And I'm really happy that with this game they just called it Monster World 4, because Wonder Boy in Monster World is, you know, it's a bit of a long title. That was the previous game, technically Monster World 3, Wonder Boy and Monster World, and that was on the Sega Genesis also. I got that game a while back, and I've played a little bit of it, and then I kind of, you know, got distracted from it, but I really enjoyed it, and when I found out that there was a Monster World 4, I wanted to, of course, get this game. And what this game is a side-scrolling action-adventure game with a tiny bit of RPG elements in it. Really think of it as kind of like a side-scrolling, well, maybe like The Adventure of Link. You know, it's a side-scrolling action game with just some RPG elements thrown in. So, gorgeous graphics on the Genesis. Really bright and colorful and cheery, and you know, I don't know why this game never came out here in the States. You know, we got the other Wonder Boy games, and I don't know if maybe... It might have been sort of towards the end of the console's life, and, you know, these sort of more cutesy games. The Genesis was trying to, you know, get that more adult audience, whereas, you know, Nintendo's always been, you know, going after the kids, so to speak. So maybe they didn't want to bring over this... really kiddish looking game for the system, but it's definitely a fantastic game, and I really wanted to share this with you. This is a reproduction cart from www.gamereproductions.com. I'm really impressed with the quality. Of course, it's just a stock cart. It's probably like a Madden or a FIFA or something like that. And they remove the sticker and they put a new one on it, and then they, of course, make the actual board inside and run it on emulation, or not emulation software. This is actually the ROM running on the real system, so it's not emulation. But this is my first foray into the reproduction scene, other than Pure Solar. You know, that was a brand spanking new Genesis game. But I kind of wanted to get into the reproduction scene, and this was a cheap way to get into it and seeing, you know, what the quality was like. And I'm really impressed with it. So let's stop jabbering here for a minute and let's just go ahead and start. Now, as you can see, I've already have a save on here. I've been playing this game a little bit here and there. You know, just trying to get a good feel for it and get things started. Of course, I'm still playing Xenoblade, and that's really eating up all my time. And between playing Xenoblade and listening to the dance group Faithless, I've been on a real Faithless kick here lately. I needed something to sort of break, you know, that cycle, because I've just been, those two things have been preoccupying my time. And if you guys aren't a fan of Faithless, just go to YouTube and type in Faithless, One Step Too Far, and you'll be a fan. It's just what, I can't stop listening to that song. It's just a fantastic song. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and start a new game and get Monster World 4 started. So... here we go with the opening cinematic, which is really, really gorgeous. You know, once it finally gets going there. And this really reminds me of, like, Mega Man 4. You know, when you watch the opening cinematic and he's standing on the train and everything's kind of zipping behind him and he holds up the Mega Buster. I really like that little opening scene there. So, here we go, starting in the main town. And this little screen pops up whenever you enter a new area. So there we go. We have Asha, our heroine. And, you know, it's no wonder they dropped the Wonder Boy title for this game, because this one stars a girl. So let's go ahead and scroll through this. I'll let you guys read it. I'm not going to read it to you. Setting up our adventure here. And I kind of really love sort of the, you know, back in the day, they didn't have a lot of space to really write out these really long stories, so they really had to kind of truncate everything. And I really love to go back and play these old games. And, you know, it is kind of a marvel sometimes to see how they did it back then, you know. We're so used to now, like, games having, you know, full-on, like, cutscenes and things like that. And just to go back in time and see these sort of old games here. I've already recorded one video of this just to kind of see... You know what? I've never done that before, but I wanted to do it. But there you go. That's on the screen there. But anyway, I recorded this sort of a trial version to see what the graphics look like on the screen. And you guys are probably going to notice a lot of lines going across the screen and stuff like that. But it looks a lot better in person, trust me. But anyway, basic controls here. You know, you use your D-pad to go left and right. The up button doesn't do anything right now. The down button pulls out this huge shield that she uses to protect herself. The B button is your sword. The C button is your jump. And then the start button brings up your menu. And yes, this is a game with a sub-menu. So you have equipment like a sword, shield, and armor, which eventually you'll get to, you know, trade for more powerful stuff. A spot here for an item, a special item, I should say. And then down here, your normal items. And you notice up in the top right, you have a thing for gold. In the middle is a blue gem, which is when you collect 10 blue gems, you increase your heart meter by 1. And then, of course, over there on the left, I now have 2 out of 3 hearts because I jumped off a cliff like an idiot. But, what else? Oh, if you jump and you press up and B, you'll do an upward attack. If you jump and press down and B, you will do a downward attack. When you get to houses and doors and things, you press up to go through them. And this rope here, you just jump. Well, there you go. You have to jump on it and I guess press up, and she can climb, or you can hold the B button and she will slide down the rope. I really love. This is a great place to talk about this, especially with that. Let me do that again. I really love the animations. They're just really cute. And I find that it's weird because I'm not a 14-year-old kid anymore. You know, I'm almost 30, and I'm really like digging like cutesy type stuff, like the Atelier games and like this. And like when I see her like sliding down the rope, or the way she walks with her palms out, like, you know, kind of like a stuck-up girl, you know. There's just like a fun attention to detail, you know. Like, let me let her stand there. You can see her hands kind of out to the side, how her fingers, you know, go out to the side. It's just a kind of a fun little walk. And then when she jumps, you know, like her pants poof out. I think that's really, really fun. But anyway, like most RPGs, you know, you talk to a lot of people here. And when you start this game, you want to go around talking to everybody in the town, because a lot of people will give you treasure chests that will help you out. And as soon as this woman shuts up in her long little story here, we will see the treasure chest. And I really love it, and I don't know how well it'll pick up on the camera, but when she goes to open up a treasure chest, she wiggles her butt. And like I said, you know, I'm getting older, and I'm not so, like, concerned with masculinity and, you know, always acting like I'm a big tough guy. And, like, games like Call of Duty and things like that don't really appeal to me anymore. But these, like, little cutesy games with these, you know, kid-like graphics really speak to me. And it makes me nostalgic for my childhood, I guess. This woman's going to give us 5 of the blue gems. And, hold on, I got a sneeze coming. There we go. I'm glad we got that on camera. But like I said, she gives you 5 gems, and when you get 10 of those, you of course get a blue heart underneath your red hearts. Now, procured the gall crystal there. That's something you need to get into the first dungeon. So you definitely want to make sure that you come over here and get that. Which, if you try to leave town without it, your father will kindly remind you that you need the gall crystal in order to explore the tower. So press down to come back out. And here we go again. People just kind of talk to you. Mute Tower, that's the name. And you want to say yes. But this is a pretty fantastic game. If you guys have never played the Wonder Boy series, the early Wonder Boy series were more of platformers. You can talk to the cows if you want to. And you guys would probably know the Wonder Boy series as Adventure Island. When Hudson started to make the Wonder Boys games for the TurboGrafx, they changed the name to Adventure Island. And then, at least I think that's the correct order. It went, Wonder Boy was first, and then it went to Adventure Island. And, you know, Hudson would then release the games on various consoles. And then when it got to, like, Wonder Boy and Monster World, it kind of sort of took on this more RPG element. So, this is a shrine here, and this woman right here, who I'm going to strike with my sword, just told me that if I pray here, it'll replenish my hearts. So I will kneel and pray, and my hearts are replenished. So we go into here, down to here, and just talk to these people. Not everybody gives you stuff, but yeah. When you play these games, you often want to talk to the NPCs. See, they tell you how to play the game, but. All of these games, at least I think maybe just the Monster World games, are going to be coming out on Xbox Live here soon, and I just found that out after I ordered this. So, but it's, you know, I like playing it on the original system with the Sega Genesis controller. It's one of my favorite controllers. All these people are waving bye to us. I'm not going to talk to all these people because they just say, you know, bye, see ya, that kind of stuff. But you want to talk to your father before you leave. Yes, you're all set. That's the spirit. Blah, 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 blah. Which, you know, when I played it myself, I of course read all this stuff, but yes, I have the crystal. And, but anyway, these are great games. I know, Mr. RPG Crazy, I know you don't have a Sega Genesis yet, but you asked me one day, you know, what are games that I, you know, would make buying a Sega Genesis worthwhile for you. And of course you have the Shining Forces, the Phantasy Stars, but this is another series I think you would really like. Maybe not though. But I like this. How she says, "We all hate you," and then you're like, what? And just kidding. Blah ha ha. So the script is kind of funny, and you know, but I definitely think the Wonder Boy series needs more recognition. Oh, these signs here, you can, of course, read those, and when it says tap the L and R button, we're all confused nowadays by that, and I was confused the first time because I was like, this is a Sega Genesis controller, it doesn't have an L and R button, and I thought maybe it was like just for the emulation stuff, but if you double tap the control pad, she'll run, which is nice to have. And there we go, we have an example of a blue crystal out in the wild. We'll just jump up and get that. Now I have 6. And pretty soon here we're going to start running across enemies, and then you'll see how the game sort of plays out. This dude right here, he's pretty important. This is how you save your game, by talking to him. I'm not going to talk to him because I'm not going to save this game because I already have a game saved on here. But, you know, you just talk to him and he'll ask you if you want to save your game, and then it'll go to this little screen. And it's actually kind of a cool screen when you save, so maybe I'll do a save just to do it. Nah, you guys can see that stuff on somewhere else. So, of course, you have to fight these slimes here. Every Japanese RPG starts you off against fighting slimes. Why? But anyway, I know in Monster World, Wonder Boy and Monster World, I had to do a lot of grinding for money to buy equipment in the beginning. Not so much in this game, so I don't know how that's going to be handled. I know this game kind of streamlines the Wonder Boy and Monster World formula a little bit. And if I would have let that opening intro play a little bit more, it'll show you kind of how you use monsters to sort of help you get through the stages. And that's something that is kind of new to this game here. Asha has monsters help her out. So we just keep side-scrolling here. And eventually we're going to get to monsters that start taking 2 hits to the beat. Dun dun dun! And of course they give you more gold for beating them. No experience points in this game, so really you're just grinding for money and you know, to get hearts back and things like that. So we'll continue on here. This video is already longer than the first one. The first one I shot, I didn't really have a lot to say, and you know, it was my first time, and you're always nervous for your first time. But we're already pushing well past that, so. But anyway, you just kind of mosey along fighting monsters. The game does get more challenging as you go. This is, of course, just to get you acclimated with everything. But now these things, there it just gave me a heart to replenish my hearts. But I'll show you how these guys attack. They of course run around. They also spew fire up, like these little balls of fire up. So. And I like the animation when you strike the monsters, they start crying. Really just a great game. The Sega Genesis, you know, I was a Nintendo kid, and this system was the enemy when I was a kid, because it was the 16-bit wars, and like, you kids today have no idea what that was like. Like, you picked a system, and that was your system. You know, it was like picking a sports team almost. You know, you didn't care what games the system... Okay, there I just picked up a bunch of blues, so now I have a blue heart there, and an additional heart to get me through the game. But, you know, you would defend your system to the death, almost, and the Sega Genesis was just not my system. I was a Nintendo kid. So it's really awesome to get to go back and finally play these games as an adult who doesn't care about such things as, you know, playground nonsense, and really get to see what I missed out on. So we just keep on going here. Ah! That's alright. Because I know what's coming up. So, first time I played this game, I got really confused here because this is just a place where you pray. Like, you can just go up there and pray. And it, you know, replenishes your hearts. And I came over here, like, to go forward. And as you see, there's no going forward. So what you have to do is press start, go down here to the Gall Crystal, hit A to use the Gall Crystal. And then, before us stands Mute Tower. But, yeah, great game. Da -da 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 -da. So then, of course, we're on to our next place here, Mute Tower. And, oh, look, there's the save guy. But, of course, we can... Oh, that we're locked in. Go back here. Oh. And you see, now we're stuck in this little room here. This little room with nothing in it. Just a mummy. So, and that door is locked. So, of course, we could save here, but I'm not saving, so let's just keep moving forward. Okay. So. But I really enjoy the music, too. I think the music's really nice as well. I mean, it's just simple, old-school music, but... Oh, man, that was a lot of money. So So then we grab onto the chain, climb our way up, get that blue crystal, go out the door. But, you know, it's not like super fast, action-heavy game. It's more of a kind of leisurely stroll type of game, and you kind of relax with it. And I think that's something we kind of miss nowadays in games, you know. I just played Journey, and that was a nice leisurely stroll kind of game. And some parts of Xenoblade is a nice leisurely stroll, too, especially when you're just, like, solving side quests and stuff. But that is, there we go. Treasure chest. Shake that booty. Get that booty. Procured a key. So I wonder where that key goes. Let's go ahead and go back and open that door. See where it goes. But yeah, you guys, let me know. Is this something more that you guys want to see? Like gameplay type? You know, just watch me kind of play a game a little bit every now and then. You know, I don't know if I'd do it with the HD stuff. Maybe. I'll have to see how that looks on the camera. But I definitely wouldn't mind throwing in old games and playing them every now and then. Ah. Duh. Hit the right button, Dustin. But, you know, let me know if you want to see more gameplay type footage and stuff. And we can pull out some old games that you guys are interested in. And I can play a little bit of them and talk about them. And, you know, we'll go from there. But definitely a new experience for me. Oh, Chet, I'm gonna die here soon. Maybe I should die. I haven't seen what the death screen looks like yet. That's how we'll end this, yes. Hit me. Oh, she flies away as an angel. How wonderful. How wonderful. Game over. So anyway, guys, that is Monster World 4. Like I said, let me know if you want to see more gameplay footage type stuff. Hopefully this looks okay. I turned the lights down here so there wasn't such a glare on the TV, but I can already see on the screen things are looking a little bit bleached out. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more of this, and you know, maybe some requests of some games to look at and I can talk about, and start a new little segment here on the channel. But that is all for me right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for taking the time to subscribe and leave comments. I do try to get back to everybody. Sometimes YouTube doesn't tell me if you leave a comment, so if I haven't responded to one of your comments, it's either because YouTube didn't tell me you left one, or I didn't know what to say. So, but I definitely do enjoy reading everything you guys have to say. I enjoy talking to all you cats that like to have long-winded conversations on this thing. And, you know, thanks so much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll see you next time.